And hello everybody and welcome back to more Liga Raketa action. It has been a while, but we're finally here again. I'm your host and cast writer along with Beasley Steven. How are you doing, man? It has been a while.
Hey, we're back. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
I'm definitely ready. We're like it's gonna be like just a small tournament, It's not season 5 yet, but we got like big things coming very, very soon. But it's it has been like 2 months, I think. It has been like a very long time, and we're finally about to see what has changed with these teams, like maybe also with their rosters. But like, okay, like it is like put it aside, we got a small tournament, but with very big players. And first off, like which got a lot of my attention, which was Swizz, Quellos, and Austin. Well, Beasley, you remember Swizz from Ego Maniacs, and they won the championship from last season. And Quellos, he played in my show matches, like mostly 1v1, and I have seen what he's actually able to do. Like he's speedy, he's very mechanical, and overall he's like a very well-rounded player. And Austin, well, to be fair, I haven't really heard of him until recently, but he's also like in the same rank as Quellos, 2K MMR, and like at this level you definitely gonna expect so much speed and everything else. So what are your thoughts about this team? Like Swizz, like he won the championship last season. Like, how is that gonna make the tournaments look like?
Yes, Swizz, we go Maniacs. Great player. Um, him with these two players. How are they gonna work? Have they been training together? Have they been messing around beforehand?
Yeah,
Um,
like especially with the 6 man's addition to the server recently.
yeah, and I don't know. They should do well, but also they might take this as an opportunity to mess about, underestimate the opponents. Maybe we can see an upset. Maybe see Swizz lose. Maybe.
You don't really know because like it is like 2 months. A lot of things could change, but
Yeah.
we also have the underdogs. We got like a whole new team joining in Liga Raketa. Like they haven't really been there before, but now they're in. We got Yasminer, Kobe, and Sandy. Well, I have seen Kobe playing my show matches as well. I've seen him in 2v2. He's like, I think, Champion 3 or like low GC. So we got like new underdogs and new expectations for them. And also they can be playing against highly experienced players and teams here at Liga Raketa. So like I said, it's a small tournament, so there's like a very, very high chance for them to match up against each others, and you really wonder how things gonna be turning out to be for the Yes Men or team.
Well, as long as Eagles do a lot better than they did last season, I'll be happy.
Yeah, well, I don't think we have Eagles here today, but the only established team we got actually in this tournament is just Lupus 3, and the roster, well, it's Forest, Crow, and Escala. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the owner of Lupus, like, feeling really excited about this, but we got Forest. Well, I have seen him, like, also in the show matches. Like, okay, I've been talking a lot about show matches. This is not like I'm trying to promote myself, but it's just like talking about previous results and like it's gonna help when it comes to future predictions. Well, Forrest, he got called ball chaser a lot, but I don't think he's a ball chaser. I think he's a solid player. Like, I think he's definitely good when it comes to cutting off the ball from his opponents. So he's really aggressive and he knows when to be aggressive. And yeah, like playing with Kron Eskila, like they have been playing together for a while, so they have definitely established themselves. And I really can't wait to see it. So I would also hear your thoughts. Like, do you think we're gonna see new teams to rise, or just gonna be the established teams gonna be having it easier in this tournament?
I really hope that we're going to see some new teams rise. We want to see that new team, that new excitement. Maybe something we haven't seen before, something that they've changed or adapting in a different way. And especially with new teams, the old teams are not going to know how to prepare. Okay, so you can take Eagles for as a prime example. You know that no one's going to be following in that second ball, and you can just counter attack really easily. With a new team, they don't know how they play. They don't know if they're good at booming it from their own half. They don't know if they're good at passing it. They don't know if they can do crazy air dribbles or crazy wall shots. So um, there could be an upset from a big team losing out to a team that we've never really seen play before or know much about, just because they don't know how to play against someone that they don't know. So it could be extremely good and exciting to see new people and new teams come in to shake it up and maybe cause some upsets.
Speaking of upset and just checking things up, we got Anthony here in this tournament as well. But he used to play for Puncture. I'm not sure if
Mm.
he's still playing for Puncture, but he's playing with two different teammates, Stipsy and Dusk. And Anthony, well, Puncture looked really good in the qualifier from Rocket Championship Season 4. They did very well. They finished top 6, but in the playoffs, they they disappointed me. Like they got swept in the first round by Risky Business. And honestly, like Risky Business, we all know that the team was great, but
Yeah.
nobody said that. Yeah, Risky Business gonna get the second place in that championship because the second best team out there was just Team Black Diamond. Everybody was like having their hopes. So, yeah, like Team Black Diamond were like the only good team out there who were like able to defeat Egomaniacs, but Puncture and Risky Business, they played against each others and they got swept by Risky Business. And we have seen like we have definitely seen an upset because we have seen team like them not really make it that far in their playoffs. We got Anthony from the roster, and also not only that, but we got Anthony and also Alectic. Alectic also in Puncture,
Hey.
but this time they are not playing together. So we got like Alectic playing with his own team, and also Anthony just playing with his own team. So it's gonna be a very interesting matchup and how they can be playing against each others because they want to prove themselves that they have established themselves and also found the perfect team, and maybe who knows, like maybe you could see some kind of rivalry here, Anthony and just Alectic.
Yeah, friendly competition always great. That two teammates play for Puncture last season. Again, they had a good season. Get to that playoff season, and I don't know what happened. They fell apart. They weren't right. They weren't communicating, making silly mistakes, and literally getting walked over so easily. But so as you said, it will be so interesting to see them on different teams. Maybe it might maybe a little bit of a boring match because they know how each other play. They've played with each other for a whole season. So if they don't know how each other play, I'll be worried what they've been doing all season. Um, so it could be a very very close and technical match, just trying to put the pieces together, almost like a chess match.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see that as well because I wasn't really expecting to see teams to fall apart and just every player to start like developing their own team and just having their own competition. So like a lot of things, like I said, a lot of things could change in just a very little amount of time. And not only that, but you also have Vladimir and Vladimir Terrarium. They used to play for Widom Kids. Well, it's not really well Widom Kids because they're playing with a whole different third. It's gonna be Dread, and who knows? This could be the new roster for the next season for Widom Kids. We have seen Vladimir, and I have also played with and against him in six match. I was like kind of bored and just I was like like maybe casters can't always be bad at Rocket League. Maybe they're actually good when it comes to playing at high levels. So I've tried to play, and Vladimir, well, he steals a lot of boost pads, so this can add like a whole different dynamic, and especially for Dread, he's also a very good 1v1 player. And yeah, Vladimir and Terrarium, they have been playing together for a while, so they have already got that uh, team synergy going on. But their third, like Dread, you really wonder how things gonna be turning out to be for them because with their kids, they also showed potentials at the end of the season of qualifiers. So they did very well. They managed to squeeze themselves out when it comes to top 6 placement, and maybe things didn't really end up being in their favor. But overall, they really showed what they are actually able to do. So it's also definitely like another team to be excited to see like what they're actually going to be able to pull off this time.
Yeah, I'm. We're really looking forward to this tournament as well because we get to see what's on show for this season coming, and with this season coming, not sure the exact start date, but it is fast approaching, I'm sure. And well, this is almost a chance to see what these players have learned over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And we're also getting very, very close for the start of the first series. And remember, it's going to be best of three. From the first round all the way to the grand finals, it's always going to be best of three. So we're gonna have, I believe, Anthony versus Azure team playing. So we get like Azure. I think he used to play for Team Vicious, and we're also readying up. So we're deciding very very soon. So we're about to have like less talking about these expectations, and we actually get to see what other players are actually able to do and like what changed during the off season. But yeah, we get like Azure. Well, Team Vicious, they used to be very, very aggressive. Like they had their demos and physical plays. This is what I really remember the most about that team. And with like Valen G and NSX, we have seen NSX could be very mechanical when he gets a chance to. But overall, I think they didn't really leave that kind of impression. We have seen like miscommunication all the time, just not really communicating. We have seen like NSX just constantly cutting his teammates off, and there's like no team synergy. Everything just started to fall apart for Vicious. But right now, well, we get Azor also playing with a whole different two teammates, so it could add a whole new dynamic. And also Anthony, he played like I said with Team Puncture before, and right now he's having whole a new roster. So we're gonna see how this one gonna fold.
Yeah, sometimes a new roster can be exactly what you need. Sometimes it can do the exact opposite. You see in not just in rocket leagues and esports. You see it in like what I don't want to say proper sports, but like going outside and doing sports rather than us sitting here in the nice and warm. Like if you change your team too much, it can cause a lot of problems. You don't know where you are. You don't know what your friends are thinking or your teammates are thinking. You don't have the communication. Or on the flip side, it could go really well for them. They could understand each other more. Maybe they needed to create a new team. Maybe they feel personally that they had dead weight that they had to carry, or just just needed to get that new atmosphere and team together. So it'll be extremely interesting.
Yeah, we're about to recreate the private match as we're preparing the server to have the teams to be playing, and I really, really can't wait to see what has changed besides these roster. Like, I really want to see some kind of change in play styles and like to see some kind of improvement. Like maybe also like new players also joining in. I think we also have one team that we haven't really talked about at all. Like I haven't really seen them before. Like I don't think they have even played in Rocket Championship before. We got like MRC, Star Lord, and Cino. Well, Cino, I think I have heard of that name before. I really wonder which team he played for, which is my bad. Should have known. But we got like two new players actually joining in as well in this competition. So I really wonder if that's like if that's gonna be ending up like with a really good result. You're definitely gonna be expecting them to see the same team in like the next season of Rocket Championship, because if things turned out to be very good for them, well, they could have a better chance of actually taking this somewhere and see where things gonna be landing at.
Yeah, it'll be extremely interesting I can't speak as the season goes on. I'm tired and my voice hurts as this competition and the season goes on. With what new teams and how they adapt. It could be completely different this season. We could see teams that I don't know, maybe did rubbish last season doing really well, and vice versa. Who knows? We might see a Lupus 3 victory today.
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, like we had like during the off season, we had like 6 mans, and then later we had 4 mans, which is basically like best of 5 practice thing. We get to have like it's not gonna be on scene, but I don't think anybody even took it seriously because everybody just chilling together and just like trying whole new strategies. Like we get like to see Vladimir and like Miho just chasing demos all the time or something like that. So they just boost starving their opponents all the time. So I really wonder if Vladimir can be able to put this kind of playstyle like here in this tournament, or like maybe even in the next season. I really wonder how that's going to be applied, because it can't really just drive all around the field and just pick up the boost pads and just expect that to work, because it can be sacrificing your positioning and just rotation, because it could be there for an important play to assist your teammates, but you're just out there just collecting boost pads. But I really wonder how that's going to be applied here. Like, who knows? Maybe it could be like his new play style, or just his new strategy, or just like maybe him just messing around in the sex mans. But
They're
I
just
think more
dealing
about,
with the boost.
yeah, just basically stealing all the boost, keeping the defenders low in boost. But who knows? He can actually be out of position sometimes, because it's like a double-edged sword. You don't really get to see players higher than silver or maybe even gold, just going all around the field and just picking those big boost pads on the way. Maybe it works in like low level play, but at higher level, I have no idea how he managed to make that work. Sometimes also like he just picks up content boost pads, goes for demos, and just, I don't know, like this guy like has a very weird playstyle for sure. But I really wonder if that's gonna be actually
I
working
mean,
this
I can relate to him as a gold player myself. Just take all the balls,
time.
blow anyone up, and hope I don't get shouted at for being in the wrong position. That is
Yeah.
me as my Rocket League nutshell.
Yeah, well, we all start from somewhere, like especially since Rocket League is getting like a whole major update. It's gonna go free to play, and we're gonna have like more players going in gold. So I think we're gonna have maybe more players just learning from Vladimir about this strategy. So we're about to find out. But right now we're just waiting for the players to actually join the party. We got Azure team versus Anthony. And Anthony, well, again, like for those who doesn't know, he used to play for Team Puncture. So they made it to the playoffs last season, but they got a very disappointing result.
Team Whitewash. We'll call them
Yeah,
Team
and
Whitewash.
again, it seems like we're gonna have to recreate the private match.
Then you love Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be. I think it just happens only in Liga Raketa for some reason. Like in my show matches, like other tournaments that have been there, like I don't think we even had this kind of issue where like it says players not connected or something like that, and then just kicks everybody out for some reason. So it just happens here at Liga Raketa, which is I don't know, it's kind of strange, but hopefully that's gonna get fixed, because well, if it's gonna stay like that and Rocket League goes free to play, we're gonna have huge number of players, and that's gonna add even more pressure to the servers. And you really wonder how uh, Psyonix or just Epic Games gonna be handling all of that. But anyway, just enough being off topic. And I think we're just waiting for the players to join in. I think it should have actually started like a couple of minutes ago, but as we're still having some kind of technical issues. I don't think that's going to be taking that long, but we're still waiting for the players to join in.
At this point, I do want to sort of explain the reasoning why I have pink headphones. I wondered how long it would take for people to
Yeah, I
realize.
mean, I was like questioning, because even before I could play, I was like, "Whoa, these look very, very small."
So, I don't know if anyone's seen the game Golf with Your Friends on Steam. I get very angry at Golf with Your Friends, and my old headphones, which were nice, big, wireless, beautiful
Oh no,
headphones, like 30,
you
40,
smashed them.
they were
You
on
smashed
sale for 30 quid, 100, threw them across the room, they got smashed. So now I have to use my other half's nice pink headphones because I just keep saying I will buy new headphones and never buy new headphones. So I've got these nice, beautiful pink headphones that sound pretty bad.
All right, well, enough talking about headphones and just maybe even having headphones review. But we're actually about to start finally.
Woo!
Azure team versus Anthony. Here we go, just the first kickoff of the FCs of today.
Yeah. We see the teams line up. Azure.
Oh, no way.
Anthony goes 1-0 up. Let's just say that. Anthony, Stipsy, and Jusk taking the early lead. 8 seconds in. Nice boom. What a saves going in the chats.
Yeah, I think Sreko, who was like the last defender, but he ended up just backflipping right away, so they're like already starting with a disadvantage. And remember that it's only best of 3, so the very start could be very important and how it's gonna be deciding how everything gonna be ending up like for you. So you gotta be careful. And for the blue team, aka Azure team, well, they're gonna have to find a way to respond back and just try to find their footing as fast as possible.
As we see the attack from Anthony's team, as Azure goes up, couldn't get anything on it. So we see over to Stipsy. Stipsy's going to try and center it for Anthony. It hits against the backboard. Stipsy nearly there to tap that in as Jusk deadballs it in the center and starts carrying it on. Jusk now going to try and find somewhere in the middle. There is no one there. No one there. And that could go all the way in, but Anthony makes a great save to knock it to the right-hand side of the defense.
Going on left and right at the moment, but for the blue team,
Great
we're seeing plenty of double commits going on, and just there seems to be a bit of confusion in the defense, like who is gonna go for it, because players just lined up very close from each other's, and even if you're gonna be having comps, well, it's still gonna make things look a lot more awkward for you, and we still haven't seen a quick answer coming from Azure's team. So you just really wonder
Alex
how
Tech.
that turned out, and another mistake coming from the blue team.
Alec! Stipsy there, just hitting it onto the side. I would assume just a simple center, but what is Alec doing?
Yeah, this is like another defensive mistake we get to see, which is like surprisingly I wasn't really expecting how this is gonna be turning out like, but
You were talking about Vladimir being a gold player with the boost he steals. You just witnessed a bronze player move just there.
well, yeah, maybe you're right about that, you know, because maybe Vladimir is not the gold player, but I think maybe we're just being a little bit too harsh, but I think there's still plenty of time to actually respond back for the blue team. They're still trying to find their footing and just having the synergy going. And yeah, I mean, it's like 2 minutes and a half remaining. They still have an ability to respond back, because honestly, if they could just prevent those defensive mistakes, well, it just happens again. But if they actually stop these defensive mistakes, they can have a better chance, because every goal they have conceded just coming from the last defender, just completely messing up side flipping or back flipping, or just maybe having these silly mistakes. And the moment it just happens, well, it's gonna be a goal for Anthony's team.
Yeah, a great taken goal and 3-0 up, nearly going 4-0 up. Anthony's team just showing Azure's team how to play Rocket League right now. As the ball comes in, and do you want to pronounce that name?
Sreko. Yeah, I mean, this could be a really nice start. I mean, Azure just passed it really nicely from the corner, and Sreko was so quick to follow it up, so the communication was definitely there in the offensive side. But in the defense, like we have seen more just some kind of 2 players being too close, or just those backflips and side flips. But who knows, this could be the opener for the blue team to actually start this one off and just have the comeback and turn this all the way around for themselves.
As we see Just Clear with a hit, trying to attack that ball, getting there before the blue team, as Stipsy now goes up in the center, misses it, which gives an opportunity for Azure's team to shoot off the corner post, and out it goes. That could have been extremely good for them. They could have just 3-2 looks a lot more sexy than 3-1, let's be honest, and it goes in. There we go. The second and third time of asking, it goes in. 1 goal difference between the two. Now, just over 1.5 minutes left, and Azure's team is finally starting to switch on a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Alec was also pushing upfield. Maybe he didn't really get the bump or a demo on his way out, but definitely added some kind of pressure. And well, speaking of pressure, well, Sepsi got it a lot better as they go back on 2 goals lead, and they just make it look even more harder with 1 minute and a half remaining.
Yeah, 2 goal advantage again for the team in orange as we kick off for the 7th time this match. As Sriko, a shot from distance, unable to get there. Tech now unable to get to that. Anthony still pushing the ball, but Azur gets there before. Azur now defending in his own area, getting it off that backboard. And a shot coming in now. Off the crossbar. Double commit. Miscommunication there, which gives him great opening, but not taken. Anthony scores a great pass from... Who passed it there? Do you see that miscommunication there? Stripsy?
Yeah.
Great pass. There we are.
Wow, just a mistake or an accident leads to a great play for Anthony's team. And you can see that Anthony was just standing there knowing that there is one more hope for another passing play to come in from the midfield. And it was like a lot of space given. And he just didn't even have to move that much. And Sipsy, he's like 4 goals alone by this guy so far. And he's really putting on a really good show for Anthony's team at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Anthony's team has taken the first game. 4 goals in a minute. It's been done, but it's rare. And how Azur's team are playing right now, it does look very unlikely as the clock ticks down just to under 50 seconds left now. As Azur tries to defend it. Not great. Jusk is there. Oh, saved and crossbar hit as the danger sort of goes away a little bit. Turning defense into attack. Alec there, unable to do anything as the ball sort of just bounces around momentarily while no one really has the advantage. Just no passes or anything, just random hits, which ended up in a goal.
I don't think they even need to do that much, honestly. They got like 4 goals lead, but right now it's gonna be a 5 goals lead, and they have already won this game. They just could let the timer hit 0. They don't have to do anything else. So for Azur's team, well, they got a better hope at first, but they got immediately denied, especially by Sipsy, and this guy just doesn't really stop scoring. 5 goals and 17 seconds left. They're still looking for more goals. And in the next game, you definitely need to see better communication, especially in defense for Azur's team, because they have been lacking also in their transitions. It just seems to be very sloppy and not really connecting together that much. They had their 2 goals, things looked fine for a moment, but it just gave false hope and just things started to fall apart so quickly.
Yeah. No chance now for Azur's team to get back in it as the clock hits down to 0. Will there be a 0-second goal? No, they're just going to kill it, and Anthony's team takes the first game. A dominant first game, 8-2 win, and yeah, as you just said, Azur need to sort out their communication and sort out whatever it is they're not doing, which is a lot, to come back in here.
Definitely. I mean, Sepsi, he was like always there to punish. So this is like a player to worry about if you're like in the blue team, because anytime you're gonna be making a mistake, well, he's always gonna be there to capitalize on these mistakes. So the next game is gonna be now or nothing, because you know it's best of 3, so it just leaves you less chances for you to redeem yourself. So the first game uh could be the moment where just things gonna be deciding how things gonna be turning out, because if you're gonna end up having a huge win, for example, like for the orange team, well, they are already having the confidence and just already having a solid start, so they could just keep on playing the same way as they did in the first game. But for Azure team, well, they are already in a disadvantage and they have to do something about their playstyle, because they are suffering a lot, especially the defense. Like, we have seen a lot of silly mistakes, which honestly at this level shouldn't really happen at all.
Yeah, a great first game. Very Bayern Munich, Barcelona first game for Anthony's team. Going into the second game now, 10 seconds in, and there could be an early goal. Anthony killing it, but just unable to get there as Alec Tax tries to get it away. Unable to do so. Azur now pumping it upfield. Only as far as Stipsy again, and Alec with the save. Up for Anthony now. Anthony, open goal, hits it against the backboard. Is there anyone there? There is Anthony! Anthony there scores, and I tell you what, that was nearly a save.
Bro, just in a matter of 30 seconds only.
Oh,
what?
Oh, just,
no way.
Just.
It was just taking the shot.
Just with the shot. Alec and Anthony with the steal. Inadvertent steal, shall we say.
That's crazy because honestly, if you're gonna be coming out of the nets in that way, there's like a very big chance of you to actually save your teammate's shot. But I have no idea how he made that even possible, and he got the steal, which is honestly something that I have never seen happening before. And trust me, I've seen
What
lots
a
of
shot!
Oh, what a play from Dusk and Anthony back to back. And well, maybe Anthony kind of felt bad about the steal, but this time he's going to be passing it to Dusk, and Dusk with an incredible shot. And 2-0 already for so Anthony's team. But again, like we start with a lot of pressure, and Anthony's team, like they have been abusing the backboard so many times. Like from the start, they just forced them to use a lot of boost to go for these high clears and high saves, which honestly put a really good pressure against them. But Streko is there to get the first goal for the team, just keeping it very, very close.
Yeah, again, miscommunication at the back there. Two players committing, and just an easy enough goal for the team of Azul there to get back in it. 1 minute and 5 seconds gone, and still, I don't feel confident in this Azur's side. Does look still quite choppy, not great, but they still have time to turn this around. It is only 1 goal difference as Anthony now tries to take it up. Masriko with a shot from distance, unable to get anything on it. Hits and bounces around the goal mouth, just unable to get it in, as maybe a mistake there from the defense. Unable to get a result though for Azur's team. As Anthony pumps it upfield. No one to get it other than the defending Azur. Azur now takes it on the right hand side. Pushes up only as far as Jusk. Just keeps it in the blue half as Sreko tries to challenge it. Doesn't get too far with it.
Anthony's team, well, they have been kind of lacking when it comes to having a big clear because with Azur's team, like they have the ball all the way upfield. They really know how to pressure the team, but when it comes to actually defending and just having a good midfield control, they're just completely lacking all of those. So it's very rare to see the team just pushing upfield together. But when it happens, well, they know how to pressure their opponents. And as we have seen in the first goal, they made the team panic. Just triple commits coming right in front of the goal line, and Anthony just sending it back with 2 goals lead and just denying every hope that Azur's team gonna be having at this point.
Yeah, 3-1 down halfway through the game is starting to look like a carbon copy of the last game. We got to this point, about the same score, was quite close, and then just Anthony's team ran away with it. As we see them doing again, 4-1 now, Anthony, a simple kickoff goal. The mistakes keep on coming for Azur's team, and Anthony's team, they must be getting to a point now where they're just messing around. Okay, we've got the win. Let's just relax a little bit.
It just slowly ending up just like the first game. Maybe we had a better start for Azur's team, but especially after the back-to-back goals, like right after the kickoff, it just really shows how they could have just given up at this point. Which is how there is still enough time remaining, and with the shop in the office, they really do an incredible passing play coming in, but just with a save. But yeah, they are having solid chances when they're pushing upfield, so it's a shame to let this one go so quickly as soon as you're done by 1 or 2, because it is very possible. They're having really good attacks and just maybe they're passing plays, but it just needs to be a bit more consistent. I think overall it's just the communication has been definitely lacking for Azur team, which puts them like in a huge disadvantage. And right now, just 1 minute and a half left. You really wonder if that's going to be possible for them to score 3 goals to have a better chance of staying alive in this series.
Yeah, it looks extremely unlikely as we see a rare attack up for Azur. Again, comes to nothing. And we just see the attack after attack, and just, as you can see there, just messing around, trying to do something fancy. They're 4-1 up. Great save, though.
Stripsy. This guy has been showing up in the defense and offense. We have seen his name showing up on the screen every time a goal gets scored on. But right now he's showing up in the defense, and honestly that save was so tight, and it just, even for Azur team, like even if they're gonna be losing, at least they just want to have a close result. like maybe 4-2 or just at least 4-3. But even that shot, was it even gonna go in? Because Tipsy just keeping it at 4-1 and looking for another dominant win to get a sweep. Right now, I think it just let the timer hit 0, and it's just basically the same game as game 1. Just keep on messing around, just maybe have your chance to actually go in, and just 5-1. You really wonder from Brazil is possible even at this point. 30 seconds left, or maybe 28.
Ooh. We saw a Bayern Munich Barcelona 8-2 win in the first game. Will we see a Brazil in the second? 2 goals, 28 seconds is very doable. Very doable, especially with how this Azure team has played over the 2 games, really is.
I mean, they got a kickoff goal earlier, so it's very possible to sneak a quick goal in. But right now, I don't think they even need to score. Like, they already got a sweep. I don't think Brazil is even needed at this point because they don't even need to push that much. They don't need to save their energy for the next series. But and then, well, they
Oh,
just take it with a sweep right now. But the ball's still alive and they still keep it up and just not really killing it. But Anthony, well, they had really good plays, and Stipsy haven't really seen him playing that much. And oh, we got a fourth car returning in. That was but okay, like Stipsy, like he really showed up. I haven't really seen him playing before, but when he does, like, wow, you just like have seen how talented this guy is and just how really good when it comes to like helping to keep up with the momentum, like in the defense and offense. Like he's a very well-rounded player, and you really wonder if he's gonna be playing in the next season. But again, like they had really good plays, but like honestly, both teams had the defensive mistakes. But overall, it's just Anthony's team. They had better attacks, and it just didn't really have to spend that much time in the defense compared to Azor's team. So GG's and well played for Anthony as they move to the semis. But you really wonder who we're gonna be watching next in the next series.
yeah, that was an extremely good result for Anthony's team and um, Stipsy. Extremely good. Everything he touched turned to gold that game. Everything he touched. Great plays. Even with the that defensive save when they were 2-0, 3-1 up to keep them
Yeah.
in that commanding position, and then literally just going out the other end and scoring. It's nice to see that Stipsy can attack and defend well, which is very nice to see.
It definitely could help, and like it helps with the dynamics of the team. Like when you have somebody who's like very, very reliable, like in offense and defense, it just really gives you that kind of mindset that, yeah, it's the time to count down, especially when you see him just going for the ball. So you don't really have to be nervous at all. So, but just those defensive mistakes. Like again, I haven't really been expecting to see them, but sadly, it just had to happen, and some teams not gonna make it. So it was Azure team, and I really wonder when the next series gets started, and also who we gonna be seeing this time. Because honestly, it didn't really disappoint us. Like we have seen a really nice goal, and especially that Anthony goal steal. Well,
Mm.
it was quite impressive. Like again, like when you want to steal your teammate's goal, well, it doesn't really come out of your opponent's net and you just get the touch because from the way he was positioned, well, I thought he was gonna save it, and I was
Yeah.
surprised when I saw it wasn't Dusk's name; it was Anthony. I was like, no way, get out of here! That was ridiculous.
Yeah, that it was a great shot from Just putting it in the bottom left-hand corner. Anthony in the wrong position, nearly saving the shot as well. Remember, nearly saving it, and that was again at a very pivotal point in the match where if that would have been saved, then um, you got to think what more could happen, what different could happen, how could it have finished in that way? Could that have been the straw that broke the camel's back in a sense where Azor and his team sort of sit back and go, okay, we're rubbish. We've lost. How which is how I feel after that third and fourth goal went in on that second match. They just lost all confidence and care really. And Anthony extremely lucky to firstly not save that shot and secondly get credited with the goal after just doing all of the work.
Yeah, but what makes it even more interesting is like how he managed to pass it to Dusk and he got that redirect. So it was like,
Hmm.
okay, well, I saw your goal. Well, here you go. So I feel bad for what I've done to you earlier. So they're still like having fun and also winning those games. But for Anthony's team, I think he would love to play against Electric because he's like definitely his maybe former teammate, and right now like we can see some kind of rivalry, which can make it even more entertaining. But I don't think we're gonna see any of that, but we're gonna see Team Vladimir and Yasminer. So for Vladimir, well, we have been talking about it, like I really wonder if stealing the boost pads gonna work this time. But who knows? It could actually work because they could be playing against a team that might be not very experienced. Like I talked about the underdogs, and here they are. They just about to prove themselves in front of the audience. And this is like the first time they're doing it here at Liga Raketa. I'm not really sure if the same team have played in a previous tournament before, but right now it's like a whole new audience and a whole new community. So this could add some kind of pressure on the team, and I really wonder how this could be affecting their performance. Like, is it going to be a positive thing? Like, sometimes where you just have more eyeballs on you, you gotta try to prove them and show them what you're actually able to do. But sometimes it could actually break you, where you're just gonna have some kind of nerves, and it could lead to plenty of mistakes.
Yeah, it'll be extremely interesting to see how this does play out, which I'm sure we'll get underway in a couple of minutes. Vladimir, well, we're going to see how he and his team play if, as you said, they're going to steal those boost pads, and sometimes that might work. Switching it up and stealing the boost pads, if you do it in the right way, stopping boost starving the opposition, more so than doing it to your own team, as we
Yeah.
know, does help. They can't go up for those aerials. They can't demo, and if we can see a few goals through Vladimir's gameplay like that, then Yasmin may start getting frustrated.
There is a high chance we're gonna see that because Vladimir and Turin playing together. Well, you know what's gonna be coming next because they've been playing together for a while, so they're gonna have the feeling where they could just chill together, maybe even not have a lot of comms and just go for these silly plays and just have fun and you gotta do it. But for the opposing team, like Yesimir, like they have a player named Kobe, and I've seen him playing in the challenge, and he had a similar play style to Sipsy, where he just he gets to see a mistake and he goes there for the punishment, and he gets to score his goals most of the time like that. But you really wonder if uh, Vladimir's team gonna make those mistakes because honestly, going for a lot of boost pads could be very dangerous. So that's like a double-edged sword. So it could either work for Vladimir team or it wouldn't really work, and that's where they're gonna be suffering a lot with poor positioning. But again, we're just recreating the private match because we're still preparing the action. And honestly, I really can't wait to see how the underdogs can be playing. Like, I would love to see new teams and new players showing up and just uh, try to prove us wrong at least. Like even for Sipsy, I haven't really seen him before, but when I have seen him, well, he definitely put on a really good show. So I would love to see that happening from Yesimir team.
Yeah, a great performance from Stipsy, and well, yes, admit, well, I've not seen them play before, so my
Yeah, I
mind's
mean,
going to be
I've
completely
only
open.
seen one of them playing, and it was just once, honestly. So
Mm.
again, there's like a reason why they're gonna be called underdogs because we have never really seen it before, so we don't really know what we should be expecting for them. But we all know that they're gonna be playing against players who are experienced when it comes to this. They have been playing in Liga Raketa before, so they have been playing in tournaments before where it's gonna be live streamed as well. So it's gonna be having more eyeballs on them. But it seems like we're actually readying up and we're actually about to start the series. So maybe less stalking and just more carball. Gonna do it this time.
And we kick off now for the second game in the tournament. So far, Dread straight on the ball, attacking the underdogs who are in orange. As Dread tries to do something fancy, unable to do so. Yasmin now on the ball, only getting as far as Terra. So we see the first attack from the orange team, the underdogs, which comes 2-0 as the ball goes back. Open in defense a little bit, but great tracking back from Senji. And Orbit now. Kobe. Dread attacking the ball. A little bit of a miss by Yasmir. And Dread with the shot on target. It's on target, but it's a great save by Yasmir. Yasmir not quite sure to go, not quite sure to leave it. Made the right decision in the end, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, we have seen great starts from both teams. Like the defense from Yasimir, this is exactly what they need when they go against an experienced team and experienced players. But for Vladimir's team, they got like a new third, maybe like Dread. So you really wonder how he's gonna be able to mesh together. But Yasimir is gonna be breaking the silence, and it seems like maybe Terrarium was just maybe not really respecting his bond that much. He was like just trying to mess around from the corner. And here comes a speedy punishment coming from Yasimir to put one on the board.
Yeah, great opening minute and a half from Yasimir, the unknown team in this match. We've seen Terra, we've seen Vladimir play all through the season, and we got to know their style plays and a double demolition and a single demolition for the respected teams. Currently, players will be out of position, and this is the point where Yasmir need to make sure they're getting those extra attacks in, those extra shots in when those players have been demolished, have been demoed, and are out of those positions that they need to be in.
Oh, more demos started to come in. Vladimir maybe just kind of waking up and just having his usual playstyle. But so far we haven't really seen them answering back at the underdogs. But another tight save comes in. But they're having really good attempts and they're having their passing plays. But just the last shot or the execution, maybe it's not really the best. But this time, well, it proves me wrong. And he just didn't even need to move that much. Just had to stop there and just let the physics do the work, and they get to respond back as soon as I say it.
So unfortunate for the team of Yasmir, just as you saw that third defender coming across the goal and getting caught on that goal post where he just has no control in his car, unable to get to the save there. But Yasmir now trying to get the ball away after a little bit of pressure from Vladimir's team. The team in blue over to Vladimir, pushing hard now to try and find a way through to start leading in this match after being 1-0 down. Terra over in the center. No one on Vladimir's team pushing that. They had a great opportunity there. Now Kobe trying to go all the way by himself, and he doesn't do it. Terra's there. A simple save in the end for Terra as he starts pushing onto the Yasmir's half.
We're seeing great attempts for those passing plays from Vladimir's team, but just again the execution doesn't really seem to be there. Just like maybe a powerful touch, but it's gonna be ending up way too far from the goal or just something like that. So they can't even go for a follow-up. So it's a shame to see those opportunities just going to waste and not really making the most out of them. But they're still having the pressure going, just trying their best to sneak a goal in. But they're just maybe going for less of those physical plays and just trying to focus more on those passing plays, just trying to make some use of the space they're given to, and just make sure to have the communication when you're going upfield as well. It has been doing them a big favor actually. This is how they're applying their pressure, and this is how they got the first goal, and also the second goal. Terrarium and Red showing up again.
Yeah, Vladimir there. Vladimir's team, getting on that scoreboard and now leading 2-1 after going 1-0 down from Yasmir. Yasmir wanting to cause an upset early on, but Vladimir's team has kicked into gear, figured out Yasmir very quickly, and it could be a 3-1. No! Almost. As Yasmir tries to get it away. Kobe now up. Kobe looking for a cross. The cross comes in. Senji's there. Senji unable to get anything on there. Dread's there before. Dread now carrying it on to Yasmir's half. A bump out of the way from Yasmir's team, who now are in possession of the ball, only momentarily, and has won it back into the center. Bit messy at the moment for both teams really over the last 20 seconds or so. As the cross comes in again and Vladimir clears again. A little bit of pressure now from Yasmir's side. As I say that, Terra gets that shot saved.
For Vladimir's team, just try not to double commit to this point and just try to keep the same pressure going, because Vladimir is still chasing those demos. It's gonna be a bit of an open net, but Yasmin are just coming from the side, and oh,
Great
what a
save
save from Orbit! You really wonder if that's gonna be a start for the comeback, because they almost had their transition, but it was immediately cut off. However,
0
the
second
ball
goal.
up live.
No,
Yes,
it's gonna
just
die.
playing it
It's
down.
gonna go down.
Great game from Vladimir's team, and how they actually managed to turn this all the way around. It seems like they just needed a little bit of a warm up, because we have seen them just conceding a goal maybe right away, and then just having to catch up next to Yasmin's team, and they did it very well. They had their solo plays. It just worked so well for them. Like a lot of shots coming in from Vladimir's team, 10 shots, and we have seen most of them actually coming from those passing plays. So really got to be careful if you're in the orange side, because you don't really want to give so much space in the midfield, or just when it comes to being downfield, because once they're going to be having their hands on the ball, they're going to be trying to pass it back to each others, and you know that's going to be even a lot harder to predict and clear. But Vladimir, they managed to respond back in the first game right away, and they take the lead in the series, one game away. And for Yasmin team, well, they just need to respond back in this game, because you know we can't really have to play catch up, because it's best of three. So if you lose this game, you're gonna be out right away. It's single elimination.
Yeah, and Yasmir aren't going to want to go out after playing so well for the majority of the first game, really. 7 saves, a goal, all good stats for the new team on the block almost. As a shot comes in there, and a great double save from Terra, and I believe that was Dread. As Kobe tries to put something in the box, unable to do so, Vladimir's there to take it away. Vladimir 50-50 with Yasmir, doesn't pay off, but Yasmir gets blown up by Dread, and the ball's sort of reset in the middle at the moment. As Terra now makes an attack, unable to do anything with it, Yasmir was able to get back in position. Great chance now for Yasmir as the ball comes off the backboard. Yasmir shoots. Yasmir scores this 1-0. 50 seconds in, and we start the second game. As my game crashed. No, it didn't. There we go. As we start the second game as we started the first game.
Yeah, we have seen them like having the first goal in the previous game, but they just struggle to hold them to that lead, or just maybe even extend it. So they give some space for their opponents to respond back, and another shot comes in. Well, Dread, again, they just show up and they know how to respond back so quickly. So just every time Yasmir going to be scoring, the lead is not going to be lasting that long for them to actually have even a better chance to extend it, to just maybe have 2 or 3 goals lead. But they know how to respond back, and they're just so quick about that. So you got to be careful not to get caught off guard.
Double commit there for Yasmir as they're well out of position as Vladimir open goal and couldn't find a way in. A very, very unfortunate touch almost. It had 2-1 written all over it, but yeah, if they lose this one, Vladimir's going to be very annoyed at himself for not putting that one away. As we see Kobe now on the ball. Kobe taking on Terra. Terra unable to do it. Terra completely disempowering Yasmir. And Yasmir, great jump there to stop the demo, and possibly saving that shot from going 2-1 down as the ball bounces around dangerously in Yasmir's final third.
Great pressure from Vladimir's team, but where is the finishing touch? We're not seeing any execution. Just shooting the ball at the post, or just at the crossbar like something else. We're not really seeing those shots on target, because honestly, if they had really good accuracy in these attempts, well, we definitely see 5 goals at this point. And especially that pass from Vladimir and just with his teammate, just seems to be jumping too early. They're having a lot of chances, so you really wonder if that's gonna be hit. But Red, it just again, he's like always scoring, putting the team on the lead, and just really good pressure. Like overall, he's always shooting the ball over and over again. But this time, the chance is gonna be there, and the Dread is gonna be there to collect it up as they go on the lead. But for again, it's the same thing we have seen from Yasminer. Like get their first goal and then concede 2 goals right away. Oh, what a redirect from Vladimir! That's ridiculous.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Yasemir. Yasemir playing well, and what a shot from Vladimir. Vladimir making up for his earlier mistake at 1-1. It was started to get to a point for Vladimir's team where they had shot after shot after shot that just missed. You were thinking, will it ever go in? And will Yasemir steal the victory almost? Yasemir playing very well, but just Vladimir's team has that extra little bit right now that Yasemir can't seem to overcome. We see Senji on the ball. Senji trying to get it out of his half. He's unable to do so. Yasemir as well trying. A shot comes in from Vladimir, unable to with it. A demolition to Kobe, who's now going to be out of position as Dread shoots. Great save by Senji.
And the pressure continues. You really wonder how they're going to be responding back and just clearing the ball in a very effective way to help them with those transitions, because honestly they're running out of time and they really need it right now. They're already done by 1 in the series and they can't really spare themselves any more chances going to waste. But Vladimir just again having even more pressure. Like he's having maybe his teammates going for the ball and he's going for the demos and just having even more things to do. Like you have to clear the ball and just also avoid the demos. So that's a lot of work and it's really hard to keep up with that, honestly, because again there is not a lot of time remaining for them.
Yeah, just over a minute left right now as Dread takes it over Kobe, past Senji, past Yasemir, tries to cross it in. Does he get one in? Over to Terra, and Terra can't put it on target.
They're definitely feeling really good right now. They're going for plenty of flashy plays, free jumps and those high passing plays. They got 2 goals lead and they got Vladimir going for the demos already. So they got nothing much to worry about, even though it's not a big lead, honestly. So it might be possible for Yasmina to actually tie up the game, but it's gonna be extremely difficult when you're going through such pressure, where they're actually gonna be forcing you to play in the defense for quite some time, and the moment you break through, will probably gonna get demolished in your way out, as it's gonna be almost 20 seconds left, and the ball is still in the orange side, and again they have to play it defensively and find a way to clear it out.
We see the 10 seconds left now. The countdown with the ball going in from Terra. 4-1 is the score now, and a very, very good, hearty, strong performance from Yasemir and his team of Kobe and Senji. But it's just not going to be enough for a team that is playing quite well, a team that's communicating fairly well. As I say that, with a little bit of miscommunication at the back, does not matter. Vladimir's team win 4-1 and overall 2-0.
Great plays, honestly. Like they know how to respond back and they know how to turn things all around from the start before things actually get out of hand. So very well done. But Yasmir, like they had really good plays every now and then, but Vladimir Sim, they know how to put them on their toes the entire time in the defense, just forcing them to go for a lot of big clears and those demos. Just there are like a lot of things to do in the defense besides just going for the ball, because you have a code that is also coming at you. You have to avoid that while also maintaining the position and clear the ball away. So it's gonna be extremely difficult to focus on 2 things at the same time. But Vladimir, I think they didn't really do it from the start. They only did it when they're actually winning. So you really wonder how they're gonna be ending up like in the next games, because we have seen a couple of plenty of double commits actually coming from Vladimir team, but it just those demos we haven't really seen them that much, as we have talked about earlier. But they still put some good use of those demos at the end,
Yeah.
which was not really for scoring, but at least to pressure their opponent. So once they are already up by 1 or 2, they could just go for the demos and things gonna ending up very well for them. But GG's and well played as we see another sweep in this tournament. So we're actually getting a lot closer toward the finish of toward the end of the tournament because again it's very small, but we got like big players joining in. So we're definitely not going to be disappointed with great Rocket League goals and just those flashy plays like we have seen maybe Anthony's steal or just maybe those redirects coming from Vladimir. So we're still about to see more of good Carball games, and we're gonna have uh, Forest team, aka Lucas 3, versus MRC. Well, uh, we're gonna see more of those players we haven't really seen before and how they're gonna be proving themselves. So I would love to hear your thoughts about this.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Lupus or Forest's team are going to do. It does seem that they blew hot and cold last season. They played some good games, and then other games they sort of forgot what game they were playing. They might as well have been playing Fortnite at certain points of the season. But I'm hopeful. I'm looking forward to seeing them, well, play as best as they can. And I'm sure Nenji, the
Oh no, Lucas
coach,
3, of course.
their
Yeah.
coach, will be watching and may have some certain things to say if they don't turn up.
Yeah, so we gotta be careful when it comes to those predictions. We don't have. I don't think we can be really harsh to Lupus 3.
Lupus
But
are going to
they're
lose.
like one of the most established team out there. Like they haven't even got any new third or something like that. They're still playing together. It's the same roster from the last season, aka Rocket Championship Season 4, which honestly lasts for like months. So they've been playing together for quite some time. So they know each other's playstyle. That's for sure. And maybe they could actually get in more comfortable to actually be in comms and all. But again, like they're gonna be we're gonna be seeing like a very interesting series actually, like newcomers versus a team that has been playing together for a very long time and they got the experience as well. But for MRC, well, we have seen a lot of sweeps actually. So I would love to see a close series and it just goes back to back. So we got the players joining in. Especially like for Forcino. He used to play for Colavece and Sarlod as well. So I was actually wrong the entire time. So we got like two players from Colavece. And for that team, well, I do remember that. They were like really good with starting things off. And honestly, in the best of three series, they definitely need it because the very start could be shaping the end of the series. Because you don't really have a lot of games to prove yourself, but the very start could do so. And really can't wait to see how things gonna be turning up in this series.
Yeah, Lupus Forest team. I don't know. I am hoping that they do well for Nenji's sake, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to. My prediction would be MRC.
Fair enough, like Qualified, they're definitely good when it comes to having those attacks. And for Lupus 3, well, we haven't really seen them performing that much until near the end of the qualifier. So they were kind of late when it comes to actually waking up. They didn't really have that much of chances to prove themselves, just maybe even turn this in their favor before the end of the qualifier to actually make it to the playoffs. But especially with the addition of Forrest in the team, like he's definitely a great addition, and he helped Lupus 3 to have this kind of edge and have even more potentials, and especially with the fact that they're playing together for quite some time. So you really wonder if that was enough time to wake up and just get to see a whole different Lupus 3 where they're going to be rising some eyebrows and just surprising us with great results.
Yeah, so far this match it has though all been Lupus the first minute, just attack after attack after attack. MRC with a couple of good saves early on. You see Starlord trying to get forward, just able to do so. MRC there, setting it in the middle, over to Sinnoh. Sinnoh looking for that left-hand side of the attack. Forrest trying to do something with it, unable to do so. The cross comes in, it's a great cross. Starlord's there, late, misses it. Sinnoh looking to reset himself. as he goes up. And another great save from MRC's side as they now push and start to put a little bit of pressure on the Lupus side. Out of position there, Star-Lord.
Yeah, I think this is the longest we have ever been so far without seeing the first goal, and we get to see it as I speak of it. Crow, it's just the caster curse again, and almost a rule number one coming in the corner, but it was immediately broken. Well, maybe this is gonna be your punishment for breaking it, and Crow he's gonna be there for it.
Yeah, very well timed and placed goal for Lupus Forest in this team. As MRC now push up. Crow demoing Sinnoh. Sinnoh's going to be out of position.
Oh, what?
With a goal for Forest there. I'm not sure what quite happened. We'll see on this replay though. Esquella over to Forest. Forest just quicker than Star-Lord. Just a little bit quicker. I don't know if the positioning was... The positioning wasn't there because of the demolition or just bad defending.
It's definitely the demo. He just showed up, couldn't really do anything else because it was coming in so fast, but the ball got pinched from the blue team side, and we get to see another goal coming in. This time Crow taking it all by himself, and it's going to be an open net. Well, this time it's clearly a positional mistake for MRC team, so you can't really blame the demo at this point, as they're down by 3 with
Yeah.
still 3 minutes remaining, so there's still a very likely for them to respond back, because we have seen them taking the ball across the midfield and just able to pressure them just a little bit, so there's still a chance for them, but you really wonder how they're going to be responding back, because also being down by 3 is such a heavy weight to shake off and have your confidence back.
As you saw a few seconds ago there, Star-Lord demoing the Forest team's defender. Maybe would have been better off not demoing, because the ball did come across and no one was there to attack because Star-Lord was busy resetting himself after the demolition. As he now takes the shot over to Sinnoh. Sinnoh unable to do anything. MRC not challenging, letting the Forest team just defend it for a second, just to go back on the attack. Star-Lord in no man's land, now on the attack. MRC gets hit out the way, as now they are going to struggle to defend and look not to go 4-0 down.
Yeah, because obviously as the time goes down, you can't really have that much hope to go and continue with. But 1 minute in health and down by 3, and incredible redirect, but that's still not gonna go in. But Crow, yeah, definitely stepped up when it comes to getting those goals and just finishing touches. And Forest, incredible challenge. And just like how I mentioned earlier, like before we even start, like Forest is just incredibly good when it comes to when he should go for these challenges. Just, you can't really fake him that easily. The moment you're gonna be having the ball in your hand, well, he's gonna be showing up out of nowhere to challenge you, so he's not gonna be afraid of it. Maybe this is where he's gonna be accused of ball chasing, but there's nothing wrong with ball chasing when it's actually done correctly. So I guess you're gonna be having the positioning and also not really double committing with your teammate. So it's always gonna be a good thing to try to find the balance, and I think Forrest definitely got that balance, as it is just really showing at this point.
Both Sinnoh and MRC missing there, so now Forest can go on the attack, but Star-Lord cleaning the back up, as Star-Lord now crosses it a little bit too high for Sinnoh to attack. Sinnoh then goes to the passer role, and no one's in there to attack it, as Esquella now pumps the ball upfield deep into the blue half. Double commit there from the Lupus team as the ball goes over and too high for MRC again. Sinnoh.
Oh, well, this is like, I was like, okay, well, maybe it was like the final 10 seconds. Could they at least get one goal to help them to have that kind of mindset or just mentality as they go in the next game? Because that was an incredible win for Lupus 3. Maybe you haven't really seen a crushing win like 5 or like 6 goals lead or something like that. Maybe 3 isn't really that much when it comes to calling it a dominant win, but they definitely had a great play style and just being really aggressive. They did very well when it comes to midfield control. And again, just Forrest, he knows when he should go for these challenges, and Crow getting these finishing touches, knowing when he should be uphill and get the shot going, and Esquela helping out a lot when it comes to the positioning, just maybe being third man at the back as well. We haven't really seen that much of mistakes coming from Forest team, so that's also a great sign because normally we have seen plenty of mistakes starting. Usually just those defensive mistake where somebody can be backflipping or just maybe double committing positional mistakes, but we haven't really seen that from Lopez 3 as they're already off with a good start, and you really wonder how that's gonna turn out in the end. But for MRC, they need to step up because we have seen 2 sweeps earlier, and honestly, I don't really want to see another sweep. I want to see a close game taken to game 3 and having like a long overtime because I would love to see that.
Yeah. One thing that I've noticed so far with these games is the turnarounds are so quick between the games. There isn't much time for a team that maybe lost quite heavily to get it out of their system and go again and push for a victory. As you see, 20 seconds, 30 seconds between the games, if that, as Sinnoh now tries to attack. But they've got to overcome that and just how quick and how fast-paced these games are, back to back. So Marcy goes up now, attacks the ball. Forrest manages to get it away. Oh, a shot comes in there from Star-Lord off the post, unable to break the deadlock that we have right now. Just over a minute and 20 seconds played now, and it's still 0-0 rather between the two sides in this best of 3.
Seeing good passing plays or just maybe good center balls, but no finishing touch whatsoever. And we're seeing plenty of double commits coming from the blue half and also the orange half. So both of them seems to be making those mistakes. And I was like, speaking of how Lupus seems to be really consistent, not really making those mistakes, but they seem to be double committing. And oh, Tino, what an incredible passing play, and they managed to break the silence finally as they go in the lead.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes in, and Sinnoh finding the net. Nice aerial, nice sort of flying pattern to the ball. Brilliant. And could we see our first series, our first best of 3 to go to a third game?
Who knows? Because Forest isn't really done going for these challenges, but we're seeing plenty of mistakes coming from Lupus. Maybe it's the caster curse because we haven't really seen that earlier. They're kind of getting outpaced at the moment, as they seem to be having to reposition themselves over and over again. So this is overall not a really good sign, but a shot comes in from Forest to tie up the game, and they respond so quickly. A really nice pass off the corner, and Forest, incredible air control to finish this one off.
Yeah, an amazing goal, and the equalizing goal as well. What more can we say? It's just a great goal. And Esquela now just trying to get that early goal, unable to do so. We've got half the game left, so we've got so much time, anything can happen. But I'm sure that Lupus and his team will be wanting to get that whitewash, get that 2-0 victory over MRC and his team, and not go to that third game.
Lots of time remaining right now, so it is still undecided. But Forest is keeping the ball upfield and trying to have the pressure. As Sarlo taking over, looking for the transition. Ooh. We're seeing speedy transitions as well from both sides. But overall, Lupus, they're keeping the ball on the blue side for so long, and Esquela with a nasty angle. As they steal the lead from MRC team, Sino just tried to clear it away. He thought it was going to be safe to get any touch to throw the ball away to grab the boost pad, but the Multi turned around as Killa just surprising the defense with a nasty angle as they go in the lead.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant angle as
Wow,
Esquella.
another one from Esquella again. Just
Esquella
gonna be a
now.
matter of seconds in right after kickoff right away. So I
Yeah.
really wonder if that's gonna be over already for MRC.
2 goals in 2 seconds, near enough for Esquella, and well, now MRC have a big hill to climb if they want to go into the third game. It's doable. We've got a minute and a half left. They've scored against these guys, and congratulations to Lupus.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, it just took them that one goal lead, and from that moment, this is where we have seen a lot of mistakes. Seems like they have immediately given up, which is you don't really need to have that kind of mindset. Like, sure, you're like on the lead, and you lose that lead, so you're still gonna need to keep going because we had like plenty of time remaining. But the moment you just sit back and had this kind of mindset, it's gonna be 2 goals lead and then 3 goals lead, and this is where you're like, all right, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that from the start, and this is where you start to regret things even more. Like maybe I should have just kept on going because it would have been even more realistic like that. But at this point, well, it's definitely too late. Down by 3 with 1 minute remaining. I don't think we have seen a comeback in this series today. We have seen. So there's like, unless we get to see a miracle for MRC team, but Scala looking for a nasty redirect, couldn't really finish it off, but they have already won the series, even though the timer didn't really hit 0 yet, but even though they have already won mentally, as they just can't really, they don't even have to go for a lot of plays at this point. They could just keep the ball in the blue side, just boom it, ball chase, and just kill some time, and don't really have to do anything else, and you gotta make it to at least to the grand finals.
Yeah, as we see the clock just tick down in these last few. Neither team really pushing for anything. Lupus know they've won. MRC know they've lost. And we just see this clock tick down. 5 seconds for. And I assume they're just going to want to get it on the floor as soon as they can, or maybe go for his 0 second goal. And it hits the floor. A loss for Sinnoh and MRC. And Starlord. Winners Lupus go into the next round.
Well, maybe I wasn't right, but like having an established team could help out a lot because for Lupus, they didn't really have a lot of mistakes from the beginning. They kind of did at the second game, but they managed to turn this all the way around so fast. Like they didn't even get punished for it. Like maybe conceding 2 or 3 goals or something like that. So, it's like definitely an advantage to have like when you play with the same teammates you had for like months in a row. But we get to see another sweep and Lupus gonna be winning this one against MRC, or we could say just Forest team winning. But GG's and well played. Sadly, we have like Swiss team, as we have seen them how they're like playing earlier. Sadly, they're not gonna make it all the way to the end because uh, for some reason they can't really continue on playing. So the win gonna go to Anthony team. So we already have Swiss Team TV out, and they really wonder how that's going to be affecting the tournament because they were like the biggest team out there, and now they're just completely gone. So I really wonder who's going to be the second Swiss team. Is it going to be Anthony's team, or is it going to be Lupus 3?
Yeah, very good question. I haven't really done much research before today.
No, well, I mean, we have
Maybe
seen
because I
it. Like
forgot.
we have seen Anthony and we have seen Lupus
Yeah,
3. So both teams look very good. So they looked great. But like overall, I think Lupus 3 they look more consistent compared to Anthony's team. But Anthony's team like they also look incredibly well formed. So it's gonna be very interesting who's gonna be winning this. So we're gonna have like maybe you have seen sweeps earlier. Maybe against these two teams, we're not gonna see a sweep, but instead we're actually gonna see uh, game three. But yeah, right now Vladimir versus Forest. We're still not done from Forest because they still need to make it to the finals. But also Vladimir team, they looked also great earlier, but maybe kind of shaky because they didn't really go for plenty of plays until they actually got their first goal. So you wonder what's gonna happen if they didn't really get their first goal and how they're gonna be responding back to Forest team, because they looked very well, and Forest, they're like very less likely to make the mistake first. So I think that's gonna have so many good questions how this is gonna end up like.
Yeah, I mean, the semi-final match between Vladimir and Forest should be a very interesting affair. I don't think I said this in the first game that I didn't think Lupus would win, but I don't think they will. I I think they I think they're going to lose against Anthony, and I know I said this against when they played MRC, but if I say it long enough, it is going to eventually be right.
Well, I mean, I would love to see a team proving you wrong, because I don't think we have seen it happening today so far, except maybe for Sipsy, who haven't really like maybe you haven't really seen him before, but I didn't really have that many doubts for that team. But Sipsy managed to show up. But the other underdogs, well, they didn't really show up. Like we have seen Yasminer, and we have also seen MRC. Uh, Things really didn't really end up in their favor. But it seems like it's going to be a tournament for those who have actually played together and just already looked established enough. And because honestly, that's going to be giving plenty of advantage to go through, because
Mm.
they obviously going to be getting used to going like through back and forth, and also being under pressure so many times, and especially like in the last season, Rocket Championship season 4, it was incredibly long, so they must have got a lot of experience in that. So right now, it is definitely going to be useful to have this kind of experience as we go in another small tournament, which is going to give us like a quick look of what has actually changed and
Great save.
what's going to be holding in the future.
Yeah, we see Vladimir's team of Dread, Terra, and Vlad in blue taking the 1-0 advantage within the first 30 seconds. A great shot. Vladimir just going the length of the pitch, all the way from his own half to score that goal as the orange of Lupus 3. An early goal for the Vladimir's side. Oh, Forest really underestimating that shot as Terra now goes all the way. Esquela with the save though. Great save by Esquela as Esquela now carries it. Can only carry it so far as Dread's decided that he doesn't want him to anymore and blows him up. Terra then.
Wow.
Ooh!
Oh my goodness, what a play! Terrarium just doing it all by himself, even though he couldn't really finish it off, but Vladimir was so quick to follow. And I was like, speaking of how Lupus 3, they're like unlikely to make the mistake very well. Maybe it's gonna be Vladimir's team to prove me wrong this time, as we have seen him going up by 2 in the first minute, as Lupus 3 seems to be liking to find their footing, which is incredibly strange, because especially they have played earlier, like just in a matter of few minutes ago, so they got their warm-up and they're like still looking extremely hot. So we're seeing those mistakes from the start, and I was like, yeah, maybe Vladimir team, they're not gonna be having that kind of edge, but they already got 2 goals lead and they have a great start right now.
Yeah, great 2-0 advantage, and it was nearly but that shot ricocheting off the top, unable to go in, as we see Dread centering the ball way too heavy, just literally changing the flank. As the shot comes in, a great save by Crow. Getting up well for the shot, but Crow is equal to it. As Terra's still there, smashes it across the face of goal, and again, no one's there as Dread blows up Forest. Dread enjoying these demolitions today, as Terra manages to get it just a little bit away, and is now on the attack actually to Dread. Dread over to the right hand side of attack. Esquela there to mop the danger away, as he now goes on the attack, and Forest passes it all the way to Crow. Crow unable to do it. Crow's back in his own half, and Dread now. Dread with the shot that Forest gets away. Now Crow demoing Dread. We may be seeing a little bit more than that of demos and demos upon each other as teams start to get frustrated and annoyed at the other team. And great save there by Dread.
Lots of football going on at the moment. We're seeing two teams just shooting the ball as hard and as fast as possible and just expecting some results. But for Vladimir team, they got their 2 goals lead right now, so they could just use this kind of strategy to maybe try to be a bit more patient and don't really have to force these moments and chances to happen for you. But for Forest team, they are already down by 2, so they really need to get the ball across so quickly to have something fast to work with, because we're having like 2 minutes left. It's still possible for them to get something done, but we haven't really seen them attacking that much, and we have seen them playing aggressively earlier and just being really consistent overall. But right now they seem to be lacking when it comes to having some kind of magic that's gonna help them to have an advantage as they go up against Vladimir's team. And Forest getting the first goal. Nobody seemed to be home to actually clear it away.
No, there was no one home for a very long time, and it's in the net. You're gonna see Vladimir, the captain, is gonna have to just look at his teams. What happened? Why did no one defend that? Why did no one get back? Vladimir would be disappointed in conceding that because they were in a commanding. Now it's one more goal. We could go to extra time.
I definitely want to avoid having the lead to be thrown away like that. So they were like in a really good spot, but that was such a weird mistake to happen because Vladimir's team, they did incredibly well to have like such a solid start from the early beginning. But it seems like at the end, 1 minute remaining, it is still very possible for the team to respond back because they're having their pressure going at the moment. They're just giving the ball on the blue side, and they really wonder when that mistake gonna happen again, because it just took them incredibly long to actually get in there, and when they did, well, they were obviously too late, and it was also coming from a double commit. So Forest, they're still keeping the pressure, and the ball is still staying the blue side, and the shot almost goes in by Esquela. Just gonna be bouncing off the post, and 80 seconds left right now.
Terror there, trying to pass it to Vladimir. Vladimir shot on target. Rearrange his to make sure he got that. He was already jumping in the air. As with last 10 seconds, and the shot and the goal. Esquela scoring the first time this match. 3 shots, and he's finally found the back of the net. From 2-0 down to 2-2 with 11 seconds left. This could go to overtime.
That was speedy, and honestly, at this point, it could go either way around. We got 11 seconds, unless a team gets an early start. But Lupus 3, they managed to make a comeback and didn't really let that start define how they're gonna be playing until the end. They still kept on pushing and pushing, and the pressure, it was too much to handle. As we go to an overtime, this is the first overtime that we get to see, and honestly, you love to see it. You love to see those close games, and when it just goes back and forth, and a force between 2 great teams playing against each other, and Vladimir, the solo play, didn't really finish it off as Crow clears it away. But Lucas
no!
Defense, kinda getting loose right there.
Terror was up. Terror was ready to bury that, but the attacker just had a nope moment and just like tried to center it when maybe it was better off left. As Terror now goes up, unable to do anything with it. Crow on the attack. Crow looking to finish this overtime with a good pass. Unable to see anyone though. Forrest having to track back. Not doing a great job there, but has done enough. And now Terror is through and goal. Terror scores!
Terra squeezing the ball between the defenders, and you know how scary it would have been if they actually lost again, because they had such a solid start. but they need it the most. And Terrarium, well, we have seen him going for plenty of those solo plays, and he finally gets another one, and this time he finishes off in the overtime. So they have dodged the bullet right now, but they still gotta be more careful as we go to the next game against Force, because they did extremely well at the end. They managed to get the equalizer and send it to an overtime, which we haven't really seen overtime earlier. But Vladimir's team, they won this game. They Terrain also had another solo play. 11 shots against 4, which is incredible, but Forest still managed to turn this all the way around. But still, again, like, they have won this game, but they still need to be careful about what's going to be coming next, because Forest, we have seen them waking up near the end of the first game, and we're still not done yet, obviously. So we still are about to find out who's gonna be winning the series, because honestly, just because like they're already 1-0 doesn't really mean it's already obvious that's gonna be Vladimir's team gonna be taking the win.
Yeah, Vladimir's team are going to have to really carry on and keep the pressure on, because they only just won. It's not like a commanding performance like we saw for their 2 games earlier, as well as it wasn't a massively commanding performance for Lupus's team like we saw earlier. So it's very, very close, and they're going to have to be on top of their game, Vladimir's team, if they want to win this and sweep it 2-0.
To be the momentum getting carried over for Forest. I've seen this happening earlier, where the ball stays on the blue side for so long, and we get to see a mistake happening. But again, I think it just started from that maybe a bit of a defensive mistake that led to having their defense to be shaken up a little. But Terrarium having the first goal, and again Terrarium showing up when he needs to.
Yeah, great goal there from Terror again. A very good player, very smart player as well. You need that person that knows where to be, that knows, okay, this person's here, I need to be there. And if you have that in a player, that's a great start. He's got good defensiveness, he's got good attack, and almost dead setting up Anthony there. Dread now managing to get his way back as the Skeller pushes. Dread with the interception. Dread pumping it all the way down to the orange side and shoots and scores. Solo play from Dread. Dread all there, starting deep in his own half. Booms it upfield. Sees that hit on the backboard area and just nestles it into the top right-hand side.
They don't seem to be respecting that angle, because maybe they thought it wasn't really going to be possible, but Dread made it look it was possible. And you know, sometimes it can be very difficult to actually shoot the ball from this area, but we're seeing plenty of solo plays from Vladimir's team, mostly Terrarium carrying it over. But right now we get to see Dread, which have been really quiet earlier. From the first game, from the first series, we have seen Dread. He was showing up so many times, but right now seems to be playing it maybe a little bit more defensively, as he just let Terrarium do these solo plays. And incredible team play coming from Vladimir's team, but the finishing touch didn't really seem to be there. And Vladimir with a quick follow-up, and they get to have their passing play, and again they're just making a great use of these center balls, and just they know how to be well positioned, and their offensive rotation is just doing so great at this point, where if a player leaves, another player comes in and ready to strike right away.
Yeah, it was a great shot there. Vladimir and his team 3-0 up now, so it's a very tall task for Lupus, or Forest and his team, to come back and win. But it's doable. As the ball bounces around in midfield, Vladimir makes a little bit of a mistake, and none of Lupus. Till now, the ball's still nearly going in. You saw partially across the line, but Vladimir able to save it and get it away a little bit. As Crow now on the attack. Crow taking a shot, Terror with a save. Forest now
trying to carry on what Crow's side. Again, unable to do so as the demolition on a Skella comes in from Vladimir. And Dread again in that goal, taking those saves. Only as far as Skella though. Skella centers it. Not a great position, but it could work across the back. Oh, and a massive mistake there again. Crow could have scored, but just didn't jump right. As
Oh,
the goal
wow.
goes in now for Skella. 3-1, and there could be a comeback.
Well, it could be a comeback, but to get to see another defensive mistake, well, we have seen great shots. All of them got blocked, but when it comes to a silly ball like that, when it was just bouncing very slowly, nobody seemed to be able to actually stop it from going in. You know, maybe this kind of plays, it just really messes you up because you expect them to go really hard and powerful. But to get to see them bouncing like that, it can be very tricky sometimes, and especially after going through plenty of pressure. But who knows? This could be another moment for Lupus to get their comeback. They're down by 2. It's possible for them. We have seen them able to step up their offense at the last few seconds of the first game. But for Vladimir's team, they're definitely looking forward another goal to secure this one off to have their spots in the grand finals.
Yeah, the finals, what everyone wants to get to. Only 2 teams get there. And it's starting to look like it's Vladimir and his. Down a great shot from Vladimir that gets saved on the line as Dread now crosses it in over to Terra. Terra unable to get there now. Terra looking to cross it in even further, unable to do so. As the defense messes around with the ball, can't get it away actually. As Forrest now tries, unable to do so. Esquela now tries and finally gets it.
They seem to be bleeding out at this point. They're having the ball in the blue side, but they cannot really get anything done at this point. It just always gets cleared so quickly, or just the shot comes in way too wide for them. 20 seconds left, and the game seems to be already written over for Vladimir's team, as they have already got it secured, unless we get to see a miracle in the last 10 seconds, which is very, very less likely. But Vladimir's team, they managed to adapt extremely well. They had a very close game earlier, and they managed to not to go through the same thing all over again, because you know it could have been extremely dangerous to go through another overtime, even though they have took the win earlier. But right now, well, they got 2 goals lead. Even if the ball goes in any side, well, it's not gonna make any difference. And well, maybe for Vladimir's team, it could make some kind of difference, as they could boost up their confidence even more as they move to the grand finals. But they kept the ball up for so long, so huge respect for all of the players in the field for respecting that rule. And GG said that well played. We get to see another we get to see another sweep in the series, and they really wonder when we gonna have game 3, because has always been a sweep after sweep after sweep, no matter how close things could be. The closest thing we ever got, it was basically an overtime, and we only get to see that just now. But maybe we're gonna see it in the finals. We're gonna have Anthony's team versus Vladimir's team, and you would love to see it, because honestly both had great playstyle in the offense. But overall, like, GG's, I really can't wait for the grand finals.
Yeah, they're 2 very good teams, Vladimir and Anthony's team that we've seen. I don't know who I fancy for the win. I think it's going to be very close. I'm going to go with Anthony.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go with Vladimir because
Because you
uh
feel bad after calling him a gold player.
no. I mean, it seems to be. It always seems to be fair, because they know how to shake things off, and it's a very important mindset to have, because it's still gonna be best of 3, even if it's gonna be grand finals. It's still gonna be best of 3, so you have like one game to prove yourself. If you win it, well, you're in a good spot. But if you lose it, well, you're gonna be in a big disadvantage. We haven't really seen any series to be taken to game 3, but you really wonder if that's gonna happen this time. But Vladimir's team, well, they had their mistakes against Forest team. They had like some weird positioning in the defense, and they let in silly shots coming in, like a ball just slowly bouncing. And I believe Vladimir was like up in the wall, couldn't really make the save, and another goal which was like basically an open net, and everybody took like an hour to actually come in to save the defense. But they managed to shaking this one off. Like they went through it in overtime, they managed to calm themselves down, and after like that overtime, they also managed to get a big win. They know how to pin them down in the defense for quite so long, which explains they got like 3-1, and they kept on having the lead and being in basically a favorable spot. And yeah, overall they know how to turn things around, and this is a very important factor, especially like going through tournaments. Like most of people would just go for these, yeah, like having good mechanics, like something that you could always get to see. But sometimes things could be mental. Like it's all about the mentality and the mindset. But we will see who's gonna be winning the grand finals. Anthony versus Vladimir seems. Well, we're only about to find out when you start.
Yeah, this is everything on paper to say it's going to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to it. Even if it doesn't sound it, I'm a little bit tired. But we've seen both these teams play today. Really excited to see this, and hopefully we might even see a reverse sweep. One team going 1-0 up, and something we haven't seen today is a 0-second goal that actually means something, rather than a doesn't matter goal. How great would it be if this final game 1-1 goes to overtime due to a 0-second equalizer? That would be absolutely amazing. Hopefully we can see some magic. Hopefully we can see absolutely outrageous shots.
Yeah, I mean, for Anthony, we almost forgot that they got Stipsy, and we have seen him. We have seen him in the first series and how quick he was when it comes to having these punishments. So, you actually made a good point when they actually chose Anthony's team, because for Vladimir's team, well, if they're gonna be having these silly mistakes again, well, it's not gonna end up being good for them, because Stipsy is just so quick when it comes to uh punishing his opponents when they have a mistake in the defense, or just not really be able to clear the ball away. But we're about to start off right now in the best of 3 series in the grand finals. Anthony's team and Vladimir. Well, maybe Vladimir had been a bit shaky earlier, but they managed to find their footing and just kick back in. But Anthony seems to be in the most favorable spot compared to Vladimir. You really wonder who's gonna make that first goal, because it could mean something, especially if you get extended to maybe like 2 goals lead or 3 goals lead.
Yeah, Stipsy, Jusk and Anthony making up the team for the Blues, and Vladimir, Dread and Terra making up the team for the Oranges. If Stipsy plays like he did throughout the tournament, then Anthony's team are going to be in a very good position, because he's just played out of his mind. He's been everywhere. Defense, attack, midfield, you name it, he's been there. As a shot comes in, actually, from Vladimir. Just misses, though. Terra are unable to get anything on it as it bounces off. And just a little bit of defending now for Anthony's team. As the ball goes quite centre, Anthony able to get it away. Just putting a postage stamp on it to get it even further. Now Stipsy looking to get it away as Terra challenges and gets the better of that challenge. Just trying to sort his car out. Finally gets it in the centre. But Vladimir's already up there and has challenged well for it. Vladimir now trying to get out of the... As Stipsy takes it over 1. Takes it over 2. Tries to get the shot away. Oh, and it hits on the right-hand post. As Jusk now crosses it to Stipsy. Stipsy unable to get anything on it now. Anthony up.
Oh,
Shoots.
Triple commit.
Triple commit, but a great save from Vladimir is the one who gets the credit for it.
Great pressure from both sides at the moment, so we really wonder who's gonna make the first mistake, and Vladimir almost putting this one in and forcing a double commit as well. We're seeing a lot of double commits and maybe even triple commits coming in, because honestly the pressure just starting to build up, and both teams, they really want to have this kind of early momentum. They just want to have a quick goal, or like maybe 1 goal or 2 goals to start this one off and just try to secure it for yourself right away. As we're halfway in and we still haven't seen the first goal to be scored yet, and Vladimir having to play this defensively as Scarab taking over. So they still need to clear this one away, but Anthony is striking in. Another
Stipsy!
shot. Oh, Stipsy!
I think there may have been a mistake there in Vladimir's defense as we see Stipsy go in. Yeah, there we go. Who I believe that was Terra, maybe hitting it up, making Dread unable to save it, going into the top corner. That redirect from Terra from his own team to concede there.
Definitely great offensive plays coming from Anthony's team. You know, both had their shots, both had their chances, but overall, when it comes to who's gonna do it better, well, if you're gonna have Stipsy, it's definitely gonna make a difference when it comes to applying the pressure and knowing how to finishing up those touches. As they go in the lead right now, 1 goal is still possible for Vladimir's team. So they just need to figure out the missing piece of the puzzle and how to have their have their shots to be actually going on target, because they seem to be quite lacking sometimes. But when it comes to having the accuracy, but they're still having their chances. And speaking of those chances, well, it's gonna be Dread tying this one up so quickly, and it just the pressure builds up and builds up. And when that happens, well, the defense is gonna crumble, and 1-1 right now.
Yeah, great equalizer there, and Anthony's team now looking to do exactly what they did again and score. We've got just under a minute and a half left. Anthony trying to bait Terra, unable to do so. Over to Just now, Just going through the centre, trying to find Anthony, unable to do so. Dread now with a boom upfield. Stipsy's going to need to tap it. He does. He gets a save achievement as well for that, as Terra trying to get it in. Anthony hitting it away. Over to Just doing well with that. It's going in the centre. Terra managing to just get a little bit on it. And Dread now, it's on target. Anthony needs to save and does well.
Less than a minute left. I really wonder if we can see another overtime, because this is a very close game. This is possibly the closest game we have ever seen. For Vladimir Simul, they have been so great when it comes to having games to be very, very close. We have seen it in the previous series. It was like in the overtime. And right now, well, it's going to be another overtime, but it's going to be in the grand final, so this is going to be adding even more pressure as the double comes in. And the double commit also happens for the defense of the blue side.
Oh! Everything was there from the finish. Terra, amazing play. Just needed to get it on target, unable to do so. Stipsy in the air. Anthony, look at Diaz on it. It's on target, just makes the save. Some late drama here as Vladimir's team are pushing for the goal. Stipsy, is he going to try and get a 0-second goal, or is he going to kill it? It looks like they're going to try and go for the 0-second goal. Anthony on the attack. Dread managing to get it away. Just gets the cross away. It's still bouncing around in the box. Can Stipsy get it? No! It hits the floor just before Stipsy could get to it properly. And we go into overtime. The second overtime so far in today's competition.
Incredible plays. And now with just 1 goal is all what it takes. Who's going to be having that 1-0 in this series? Who's going to be having a really good spot?
Woo!
And Anthony almost a flip reset, but it's going to be blocked, as the shot didn't seem to be very well threatening. But it just the Anthony's team pressure, just completely relentless at this point.
Vladimir with a good hit up, keeping that away from Just, as Terra now manages to just use the last little bit of the boost that he had to hit that ball away. He's going to be looking for some more, as Vlad also doesn't have too much boost. And Dread just getting that 100% there. Vlad now on 0 boost. Dread half boost. I'm not sure how much Terra has, but he didn't have much a few seconds ago. So Vladimir's team could be running a little low on boost. Again, 0 boost, but gets the shot away still. Anthony the save. Anthony the save again. And just now trying to get there. Unable to get anything on it. Stipsy challenging and doing well. Getting it in the centre. Anyone there? No, but it could be an own goal. No, Terror with a save.
Wow, that was so close. I mean, they have been low on the boost for quite some time, so can't really blame them not to be under pressure for that long because, you know, it's extremely hard to be pushing upfield when you're barely having enough boost in your tank because they can just take your shot and that's gonna be it because you're gonna be taking way too long to actually recover and go back to keep the defensive rotation going. So they dodged a bullet right there. It was so close to have a very unfortunate ending, but we're still staying here almost 2 minutes long overtime, and it just happens as we're speaking. You know, like it has been so long until somebody scored, and it's only getting taking longer and longer in the first game of the grand finals.
Yeah, just over 2 minutes gone now as Jusk starts the attack, trying to find a goal. It's been a long time. Whichever team concedes it will feel hard done by as the shot comes in and is far off the crossbar by Dread again. As now Stipsy tries to challenge it. Doesn't look like he has any boost. One now. Stipsy using 40% straight away, and Anthony with a great save there. Anthony pressuring over Terror, trying to play Dread, destroying Dread, unable to get past Vladimir though. And there's no one to back him up apart from Jusk, who gets there a little late. Dread, but to Stipsy, Terror saves it. Terror pumps it up. Is Vlad going to get there? No, Jusk that gets there just in time. And yeah, it's going to bounce around for a couple of seconds by the look of it.
Seems to be we're not seeing those solo plays as much as we used to from Terrarium because normally he went for them a lot, and same thing for Dread. But you know, as we go longer in the overtime, this is where the pressure starts to build up because it's gonna be mentally draining to go for so many pressure, going for so many shots, and nothing can be. You're not gonna be seeing any results from these shots because you're just shooting the ball and it's gonna be cleared. You're gonna take another shot and it's still gonna be cleared away. So again, it's gonna be very mentally draining. So they just need to try to focus more on being a bit more patient, just try to boom the ball and maybe expect a mistake to happen. And I think honestly, at this point, we're only gonna see a goal coming from a defensive mistake from one of the teams, as we're like almost 4 minutes in the overtime. This is like almost like 2 games.
Yeah, we've almost played a whole nother game now, just of overtime. I wonder how long this is going to go on for, because both teams... Stipsy comes in with the cross and just couldn't get there in time. Anthony now trying to do something. Maybe teams are going to start getting a little bit spread. The holes are going to appear in the defense as the double commit comes in there and doesn't do any good for Jusk and Anthony there. Anthony now on the wall, getting it over one. No boost though in the tank as Terror just gets him away. Terror now on the attack has got a lot of boost. As the ball now bounces over to the orange side as we come up to that 5-minute mark now. And we've effectively played a whole extra game.
You know, we have been talking about close games, and we actually got that. We got a very long overtime because normally I've seen a lot of sweeps, but right now, well, it's going to be a very close series. I wasn't really expecting that because, I mean, Vladimir, like, they had an overtime earlier, but they managed to finish it off so quickly. So for them, they definitely don't want to go through this any longer. But Dread handling this with a great feeling, like not really panicking the defense and just handling it very, very well, as he just keeps it out for now. But at this team, they have been pressuring Vladimir's team for quite some time.
Sipsy
And
Terror with a save.
Also stealing a lot of boost pads, and we have seen Vladimir's team lacking of boost in so many moments, and mostly in the offense, but they still find a way to keep on going and just maintain the positioning. 6 minutes overtime. I really wonder if that's a new record for Liga Raketa, longest overtime ever.
As the demo comes in there, Stippy demos Terra. Terra's out of position momentarily. Manages to clean the ball up though. Looking to go onto the attack. Trying to finish this long overtime. Terra blasting it upfield. Gonna find Dread. Dread couldn't get anything substantial on it, but Just, could that have been a little bit of a mistake? Oh, Vladimir couldn't read it great, but Stipsy now. Stipsy with the shot. Saved by Dread. Over to Just. Just gonna try and do some magic passes it over to Anthony. Anthony across the backboard. The backboard over to Just. Just with a shot. Anthony saves his own team.
He saved his teammate shot. This could have been the finish of a long, exhausting overtime. And you know, this one hurts a lot. This was like a moment where it would have ended. But the pressure didn't end and just finish it over. 7 minutes long overtime. What a game.
Blimey. Wow.
7 minutes. When you saw that save, that was definitely going in. My heart dropped for a moment, thinking that okay, now Vladimir might come to the other end and score. But a great first game here. And if Anthony can get that second win straight away, then it would be very, very well deserved. Such a long match, and Vladimir's team, Terror and Dread, they should definitely not feel disheartened about how they played. Both teams played extremely well, and there was barely a mistake between them.
They definitely did well. I mean, we haven't really seen many mistakes, but Vladimir seems to be going through a lot of pressure, like lacking of boost, and you know, just they were trying to keep up because everything got way too high pace in such a long overtime. Because you know, both teams start to play it more and more safe and have like a safe approach, and just maybe try to see a mistake and try to capitalize on it. But they've been under pressure for so long, and like when they're pushing upfield, barely any boost to work with, so it just really limits the chances and the creativity of their offensive plays. But they really need to find a way to shake it off, because obviously that's like a very long and exhausting overtime, but they end up losing it like that. And right now, well, they definitely need to avoid any overtime, because it's gonna be even more mentally draining, and they don't really want to go through such a thing like that again, because they really need to have an early start. And speaking of an early start, we'll just got your back in this one to start this one off with 1-goal lead for Anthony's team, and tried to keep it away. He was like in the right spot, but the ball was like very close to him in the side, and a shot was coming in right over his car, so even if he jumped for the save or just tried to do anything, we'd have got bumped into the ball anyway. As Vladimir's, they have to find a way to respond back, because there's still plenty of time remaining, but they don't really want to let this one slip through, because they had a fair chance of winning this, so they just need to give it their best shot at the moment.
Yeah, just under 1.5 minutes gone. 1-0 up for Anthony's team. They could do a 2-0. It would be unfair on Vladimir's team to look at it as a 2-0, but it could happen as I decide what I want for my dinner personally. I might cook a cake, you know, for dinner.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see what Vladimir's team gonna be cooking, but it's definitely gonna be Stipsy sipping in. 2-0 right now. A very loose positioning coming from Vladimir's team. You can see he was like in the last man in the back, but he was like crossing his teammate as he went for the challenge in the midfield. But as he just slipped through, there's like no chance for him to recover, and he just tried to turn this all the way around and back his teammate up. But 2 goals lead right now. You gotta be careful, because it could be so ugly for you.
Yeah, the last thing they want to do after a very is completely lose it in their second game. They will feel disheartened. They will feel upset. They will feel frustrated that they didn't get it. It was such a pivotal moment for both teams as well. With such a long overtime, you're exhausted. Your hands are sweating. Your fingers, you don't know where they're going. Like, they just look a little bit flustered. sorted out and sorted out quickly. Because we just
what a
3-0.
dunk from Jusk. He just comes in like he doesn't even care how many defenders are going to be lined up. He just comes in like a beast, taking the ball away from Dread's
Boom.
control and forces it to go in right away. That was fantastic. Like having to go through such a long overtime, and right now it's a whole different game. We're not seeing a very close game, but instead we're seeing Anthony's team pushing and pushing, and such a great aggressive play style coming in, and almost a great finish of a nice passing play from Vladimir's team. But we're still having that nail on the board for them. They still haven't really got their first goal to open it up to maybe even have another comeback and just another overtime.
Yeah, as Vladimir's on the ball now. Trying to push, trying to get a goal back. Hits off the backboard. Dread demos Stipsy, so someone isn't back. Anthony there manages to get the save over to Stipsy. Dread now trying to defend it. Has to do well and does do well. Vladimir taking it also away now on the back right-hand side. Moving over to the central position. Juska's already there and gets demoed by Vladimir. Anthony's going up to challenge Dread. Dread loses out on that 50-50 and Anthony team is now back on the ball. Just going to try and play over to Stipsy. Stipsy over the top, but a great save by Terra to take it away and turn it into an attack only as far as Anthony now. Anthony wins it back. Anthony versus Dread. Anthony beats Dread. Doesn't beat Vladimir, but Jusk is there. Jusk, a bad shot, and it goes wide.
And at this point, 1 minute left. This moment hurts a lot because you almost had it. First it was the overtime, and right now it could have been a great start for you, but being done by 3 and as the time keeps on ticking, it just like there's no way of coming back in this. So like the game has already been written, and we have seen, well, every series to be ending up in a sweep. We haven't really seen game 3 yet, so I don't know, I kind of feel cheated on this one, you know. I was like having high expectations, but it didn't happen. But maybe the overtime was like supposed to be a replacement, but it still doesn't really fill it up, you know. Like just an overtime, it's not gonna do it. I want to see an overtime like 7 minutes long when it's game 3. This is where it's gonna mean something. But right now it seems like Anthony's team, they're still pushing, looking for the final goal, but it's already over. So we're just waiting for the ball to hit the ground as nobody even goes to it. And just keeping it up, trying to stretch this for a longer time, but it's gonna be dropping down, and Anthony's team, well, you're right about making this point, but GG's and well played. Like, it's incredible. They had incredible play style and also going through such a tight overtime. They managed to take the win in like 7 minutes long overtime, and in the next game, well, they start to dominate. They just avoid having another close game, and they do their thing. Sipsy also managed to show up, and Jusk did the same thing as well this time. So not just Sipsy, but GG said well played. We get to see like I don't know how many sweeps today. 4, I think.
All of them. Every single
Wow.
match.
Yeah, I mean every single series like it just ended up being a sweep, but that overtime, well, I think we should be thankful with that. Yeah, like we should appreciate it because it did a great thing. Like it added so much excitement. But GG said that well played. Like I think like even in the second place, you're still gonna be getting rewarded with credits. It's not gonna be as much as the winning team, of course, but you're still gonna be rewarded a little. But who knows? Like I said, this could be a great start for these like new rosters, like teams just trying out a new affair to just maybe trying new strategies without having to worry about losing that much, you know. So it could have been a great thing for that and just give them a chance besides like having to try it out in a 6 months just maybe in ranked games. So they just try to try it out here in this tournament. But we have seen definitely a great plays from so many teams, but overall it was Anthony who managed to make it. So again, congratulations for winning and well played.
Yeah, great result there for Anthony. 2-0 with a amazing overtime, nearly 8 minute overtime, which must be pushing some record, especially for Liga Raketa. Yeah, other than that, congratulations and commiserations to Vladimir and his team, who did play very well through a lot of the game. It's just that last game, I think maybe that 8 minute overtime maybe just made them lose all confidence. That 8 minutes and they lose in their head, I don't think they got it out of their system.
Yeah, definitely a huge frustrating moment for them. Like after losing a long overtime, it's really difficult to shake off. Like maybe if it was like a best of five, but like in best of three, well, you have to do it in the next game. And if that didn't happen, well, you're already out. So there's like very limited time for them to find a way to respond back. But at the end, it just had to happen, and this is how it's gonna end. But for Liga Raketa, this is not gonna be ending. We'll still have to start season 5. It's gonna be coming very very soon. I'm sure you guys have seen those maybe announcements earlier or something like that. So we still have more to offer. Keep in mind this is a very small tournament, so this is like not the biggest uh, competition we have. We still have great games to see. We only got like 7 teams joining in this time. One of them left, so we had only 6. But we still see great games, even though it was like not many teams joining in. But they still offered a lot of great Rocket League gameplay, and I'm pretty sure that you have also enjoyed it. You know, like I hope the viewers also enjoyed it as well. Uh, yeah, just stay tuned for more Liga Raketa, especially Rocket Championship Season 5, which is the main thing. And if you guys enjoyed watching this server, don't forget to hit the follow and also join the Discord server to meet the community, so you won't miss up any update, and also possibly registering in the next tournaments. So, Beasley, do you have like anything else to finish this one off?
Just congratulations and commiserations, and yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It's been a good tournament, short but sweet, with a lot of good gameplay, which we're going to look forward to see a lot more of in Liga Raketa this coming season.
Yeah, thanks for joining in with me this time. Basically, Steven, it was a pleasure to cast with you again. It has been a while, but we're finally here, and we're not done. We're still gonna have more to offer. So stay tuned. Don't forget to hit the follow and join the Discord to meet the community. And just to stay tuned to get updated with the latest news for Liga Raketa. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time.